Hi everyone. For those who don't know, I am a British Columbian. I live in a mid-sized city in BC. And here where I am, our local BC Transit buses have signs that say, please wear a face covering, but most people do not, including the bus drivers. And I have yet to patronize a business that required me to put on a mask, and likewise, I've been to many cafes and restaurants where the employees weren't wearing any kind of face covering. So the local culture here really does not emphasize mask wearing. And when I have visited other mid-sized places in BC, so just kind of anywhere outside of the Vancouver area, it is the same case. You are in the minority if you choose to wear a mask. I was quite surprised then when I saw that on the other side of the country, the province of Quebec, city of Toronto, and some regions in Ontario have made masks mandatory in public indoor spaces such as malls, public transit vehicles, and grocery stores. I looked into this a little more and saw that many mainstream media outlets are pushing the idea that if you're against mandatory mask bylaws, you are psychologically unstable, you are not able to think rationally, you are emotionally incapable of dealing with the pandemic, and you're riddled with anxiety and unable to cope with change. So there's this proclivity to medicalize and make judgments upon the psychological well-being of those of us who really just have some qualms with being told that wearing masks will become mandatory. I would think it'd be healthy to have, a little dose of skepticism when some new bylaws are introduced. There have been some viral videos of people who are angrily refusing to wear masks, but those viral videos only showcase a very small contingent of the anti-mandatory mask camp. Now, I am against mandatory masks, but I've always thought, and this was prior to the pandemic, that on airplanes, I would kind of like it if there was a culture of wearing masks. So if that was normalized on, Canadian Airlines. Because I've always found that if my seatmate is coughing throughout the voyage, I'll find myself, stuffy and with a bit of a cold within the next 24 to 48 hours. So, I would like to partake in that culture of wearing a mask on a flight. And then I can also see the aesthetic appeal of masking. So concealing part of your face can be kind of fun or add an air of mystery. And then, of course, there are the masks that have interesting prints or cute designs or like funny messages on them. So I am not 100% against mask wearing in all circumstances. I am simply against mandatory masks. BC Provincial Health Officer Bonnie Henry has said she might consider making masks mandatory down the road in British Columbia, though she has expressed that she's concerned about folks with disabilities or respiratory illnesses. So at least for now, I feel fortunate to live in a community where both mask wearers and non-wearers are equally respected and not subject to harassment or financial penalty. And I gotta say, in my opinion, the policymaking around COVID-19 has been a little more sound in BC than it has been over in Ontario and Quebec. But you can argue about that in the comment section. I'm Lindsay Shepherd with True North. Thanks so much for watching.